Hi everyone, Dominic Esposito, and welcome to the Drill Instructors Clinic. And tonight, I'm going to tell you right up front, tonight's going to be a very technical class. I'm going to teach you something that I normally only teach to my private students, my pros, my amateurs, who's ever working with me. I'm coaching, instructing, and I'm going to talk to you exactly how do you calculate cue ball speed and then ultimately the landing position for that cue ball for your next shot, that position control. So cue ball speed and cue ball position control, there is an exact formula and art to doing this. Of course, there's actually two ways. You could use, as my dear late friend John Harlock would say, great master instructor, and he would say you got to use the HMB technique. That's what always works. Hit a million balls. Now, after that, if you want to get serious about getting it right a little sooner, you've got to use the drill instructor way. I'm going to teach you the precise way to calculate cue ball speed and position control. Thanks to our sponsors, well, Perimeter Lighting, and they are absolutely fantastic. Diamond Billiard Products, all this month of July, they've been celebrating with me, launching the new billiard studio, and we've been giving away prizes, but nobody's got theirs yet, and I haven't announced the winners, but we've got almost all of them picked. So we got 3 prizes. Today's week 5, and we've been giving 3 every single week, and so we got this great all-colored diamond t-shirt, okay? Gotta probably have a size that fits you. We've got an official diamond rack and official Aramith cue ball, which I will be happy to, if you'd like, personally autographed to you from the drill instructor. And so this is the last week. Please submit your shots, your ideas, your runouts, something that you think, and then when we pick the 3 winners from week 1, from week 2, from 3, from 4, this is week 5, this is the final. So don't be afraid to resubmit something if you didn't think you got picked in one of the previous weeks. There's no limit to the number of submissions you can make, and then I am personally reviewing them and picking the winners. Next week on the show, you're going to hear all the names of the winners, and then we will be shipping these things out to you, because you winners, I'm going to have to make sure that you give me the right information so I can put these things on the back of a donkey and send them your way and get it delivered. Okay, all right, let's get to this important class. So, once again, you better be patient, because I'm going to teach you some really technical stuff tonight, but I'm going to go straight through it. You'll have to rewatch sometimes, maybe to pick something up again. Otherwise, if we were doing this in training one-on-one, then, we would probably be spending the best part of 5 or 6 hours right now covering this. Okay, hopefully everybody can hear me. Thumbs up, anybody, or whatever, just let me know. I have, I'm using now, I guess, a monitor in the background, and I can tell whether or not what we're doing. Okay, let's get into this process. There are 2 key parts that you need to understand. First, you need to understand cue ball speed control. The second part is I'm going to teach you how do you calculate position control. So if I got a shot here, and then I want that cue ball to end up here, how do I know precisely the speeds I have to hit this ball and get it right? So here we go. I got the table set up already for what I want to demonstrate. So in the meantime, I'll do it this way. For some of you, this is going to be a little bit of a recap, but let's go ahead, and I'm going to go and get the white sticks. That's going to make it a little bit easier for everybody to see, okay? Trusty white sticks. So if I start with a cue ball at this end of the table, and I want to identify this zone here for you, this is a 1 speed. So coming back to this, from this position here to the middle of the table, that's a 1 speed. But it has a 2 diamond range. So if you just creep into the zone or you just creep out of the zone, this is the zone of a 1 speed, okay? Then come down to here, and this is the entry to that 1 speed. Now 2 speed, it hits the rail, it could come out, and so technically you've got a 2 diamond range to stay within, but the other half of the range is from bouncing out. Then you got a 3 speed down here. The ball's coming up, back down, it lands here, boom, you got a 3. Come down here, lands in, or it could come out. This becomes the 4 speed. So there's no such thing as hit it easy, hit it medium, hit it soft, hit it light, slip the stroke, whatever you want to call it. All of that is stupid nonsense. You've got to be able to quantify shot speed so that you can be on any pool table of any size, anywhere, and this works. So if you got a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 footer like me, a 12 footer, it doesn't matter. The same shot speeds work on every single table. The measurement of speed is relative to every table. So now we come back up to a 5 speed. So the cue ball has traveled up the table, down the table, back up, and it lands in this section for a 5. Back up top, you get 6. Back to the middle, it's a 7. Back to here, 8. So you're up and down the table twice, and that 8 speed. And then back up to the middle one more time, 9. That's a 9 speed. Up from 1 to 9 are your playing speeds. 1, 2, 3 is your slow speed ranges. 4, 5, 6 is your mid-speed ranges. 7, 8, 9 are your high-speed ranges. Now, a 10 speed, to go up and down, and all the way back up to the top of the table, a 10 speed now begins the high-level braking speeds. That's 19 miles an hour. Now, if some of you have ever wanted to know very quickly, gee, I wonder how hard my brake is, and you don't have a radar gun, well, all you simply have to do is put your cue ball right down here in this end of the table. You must keep your path inside of these 2 diamonds, up and down, whatever it becomes. And whatever that speed is, that's your brake speed. That's how you can tell, I can't brake any harder than a 7. I can't brake any harder than an 8. I can't brake any harder than a 9. Some of you might not be able to brake any harder than a 6. Fine. But this is how we quantify speed. Now, it's very important I reviewed that because what I'm about to teach you now for the second part of, well, how do you create cue ball landing position control? Now I'm going to have to relate that to speed in order for you to understand. So this should be crystal clear for everybody. I've covered this quite a bit. You can get the exhaustive class of speed control in the boot camp series, and that's on DITV, okay? So the rest of you want to go to thedrillinstructor.us, thedrillinstructor.us, and you can sign up for DITV, and then you're going to get my entire library of books, DVDs, everything, okay? We might refer back to these again, so let me just keep them a little bit close. Okay, a lot of players struggle with the whole concept of speed control. And you know what that's like. You hit the ball too hard and boom, it scratches instead of stops here so you can make the shot in the pocket. And everything else that goes along with that. So now we're going to determine the next part. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move the camera because I really want you to be able to see this from the player's point of view. And that's really a good idea. So come on with me. Let's move the camera around. I'm going to come over this way. And I'm going to let you see the long view of the table. You're going to get to see a little bit more of my room. Okay, there's my computer set up over there, which is where I get to do all my great work for you at. Okay, let's get down here a little bit. And then I'm going to bring this down here because I want you to be able to view this with me more as a shooter. I'm going to get you a little close. As I said, the rest of you don't get your knickers in a bunch. I'm going to be running a little bit late tonight, normally, because I want to teach you this amazing stuff. We're going to start here. First thing I'm going to teach you is there are 5 cut shot positions you have to learn, okay? There's 5. You have an 8th ball cut. You have a quarter ball cut. You have a half ball cut. You have a 3/4 ball cut. And you have a 7/8 ball cut. That's it. If you learn these 5 cuts and you just be able to just see them And again, there are 7 types of aiming systems. Mine, I'm much more partial to it. I believe the winning ball aiming system, without exception, is the most accurate and most consistent way of aiming. In the winning ball aiming system, I've covered that in many classes. You go to DITV, and then you're going to be able to I'll download the template with you. I mean, it's fantastic. So now what I want you to do, and I'm going to go ahead and put my notepad down here, as I may refer to it in a little bit. So here's the thing. From this point of view, I want you to notice, let me just grab one more cue ball so you can see a couple of other things. So as you're looking down the stick, I'm going to run back and forth just a little bit. Here you go. Okay, now I'm going to put you in the shooter's view down the line, okay? So work with me, okay? So a little bit technical tonight, but I know you can deal with this, okay? So when you want to set up practicing your cut shots in order to get accurate contact points, and I want you to see how these 2 balls, now this is an 8th ball hit, but the position I'm looking at from where I placed that ball to start with, just for practicing purposes, for training purposes, I'm putting this thing here. It's basically kind of right in position between the 2 of these. It's not in front of this ball. It's not in front of this ball. It's basically right in the middle of the actual points that are cutting if I slice that through, okay? So as an 8th ball hit goes, then coming over here to this one here, which is going to be, let me make sure I mess that up, line it up, keep it that way for you. Good, okay? So now from the shooter's view again, we have so you see how I got the cue ball? It's going to become a little bit more defined to you there. Yeah, it's not that bad right there. See, it's it kind of splits between the 1 and the 2. Okay? Now you're going to see this even a little bit more here in this one here as we get behind the cue right here. Okay? So there we go. So you can see that particular part of it. So as you're practicing, so you can get a pure cut when you set the shot up, let's work with this one in particular. So as we have this position here, this is a 1/2 ball hit, okay? So as we're lining it up straight to the pocket, from your point of view, you see how dead center to the 2 of those I really am? Okay, so that's what I'm working with. All right, now, our goal is to get the cue ball back to center table. That's what you need to do to make position. So we're going to work on that. So from this point going forward, I'm going to just remove a little bit of these obstacles so that you only focus on what I have on the table. Now, you would be smart to want to draw these out as well with me, okay? So, good. I'm going to remove those for now. I might need to use them again, so I'll just keep a couple of cue balls out. All right. Our objective is, and I'm going to use this hit stick, these hit sticks here, I guess. Our objective is to make shape for the winning ball. And we're going to just pretend the winning ball is right over here in your side pocket. Let's go ahead and get some kind of a winning ball. How come they're always in the last pocket you look in? Okay, we'll start with the 8 ball, okay? And your goal is to come like here to make this for the win. And you want to get your cue ball just back to center table like that. Now, this is what your opponent left you. You got a pocket to here, and then you know you're coming in 1 rail, you're coming out 2 rails, and then you're coming out. Okay? So we're going to hit 2 rails. You say, well, okay, what speed should you hit this at? And you're going to get a lot of stupid remarks from people who don't know this, like, well, hit it kind of easy. Well, just kind of feel it. Well, just kind of, hit it sort of medium. Well, sort of medium to me is like a little pink and juicy in the middle if I want a nice steak, okay? So outside of that, you can't quantify speed with hit it medium or easy or soft or light or whatever. So let's go back to what we talked about shot speed control. We said, remember when the cue ball was here, from this position here, from here to the middle of the table is a 1-speed. From the middle of the table to the top of the table, from here, it's a 2-speed. Now let's just focus on that for a minute. If the cue ball starts from here, from the middle, and it makes it to the string line, that's a half of a 1. And if it makes it all the way to the rail, that makes it a full, that's the distance of a 1-speed. Then, if it's going to come off of this cushion, that's another half. And then if it comes down to mid-table, voila, we have a 2-speed. We have a 2-speed shot stroke. Are you getting it? So if you were to line this up and here, let me just show you the first thing you need to do when you're practicing, okay? When you're training, when you're practicing, you want to get yourself to the place. Let me just go ahead and bring this up here just a little bit. And I'll see this. Yeah, we're wiggling around tonight. And I still don't have all my overhead cameras in yet, so I'm running around here for a little bit. But now you're going to get the idea. So the first thing you're going to do is you want to get, now where would a 2-speed land? A 2-speed's got to land inside this zone. Whether it hits the rail and comes out, but as long as it stays in there. So come down here and just start working on some speed control. Now watch my pre-stroke. Can you see this? Let me see if you can see that pre-stroke in the camera. Nah, you need to see that. Yeah, that's way more important, okay? All right, good. Okay, you can actually see a little more of me now operating. How you doing, James? Just saw you there. I got behind the camera. Nice to see you, buddy. Okay, so check this out. I am an advocate of pre-stroke equals shot stroke. Now, this is for training purposes. Now, you can adapt your entire stroke alignment to do this, but pre-stroke equals shot stroke. Here's what I mean. If I want to shoot a 2-speed shot stroke, look at my stroke. I'll count it out for you. 3, 2, 1, shoot. Look at that. You think I know my 2-speed? Look at it. Touch. Okay? 2-speed shot stroke. Okay? Okay, let's try one more. Okay? For here, let's move this out of the way because this is going to be relative to where we are. We're going to go, let's do a 5-speed because then I want you to see some significance. Now remember, this was 2. Remember? Good. Now watch this. This is a 5-speed. You see the difference? 3, 2, 1. Release. It's coming down. It's coming down. Did it hit it hard enough? I stay down, give my brain time to transition and see it. No. I'm short. I came a 4 plus 1.5. Okay? Turn the speed up on your cue just a little bit. Now watch what happens. Oh, look at that. Look at that pre-stroke. Oh yeah, that looks that looks a whole lot more like a 5. You're actually going to get used to seeing what it looks like when you're pre-stroking, that you're going to be able to look at it and go, oh yeah, that looks like a 5-speed. And that does look like a 5-speed because now watch where this cue ball is going to stop, okay? And boom, I'm in the 5-speed zone. How do I know? Because there's your 5-speed. You're in the zone. Now, with that information, we're going to take this lesson to what we're learning. I want to make position here to pocket the winning ball, and this is the condition that I have going into it. Okay, so I'm going to sit here, look at this, and say, wow, I want to get my cue ball here. So the first thing I calculate is, where do I want the ball to stop? Now, most of you all know my pre-shot routine, okay? Walking time is chalking time is thinking time is planning shot selection time, C1, find 2, pick the best shot to shoot. I put my chalk away, then I get my head straight. I love this shot. This is my favorite shot. I get my head straight. Now I'm ready to execute. First thing I do is what? See the ball go in the hole. And why that's important is because I could pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pocket tracks. center, right shim, left shim, right center, left center. There's 5 entries into a pocket. You need to pick that, because if I want to go left shim or right shim, I got to move so I can see that line. Okay, so I want to go pretty much center pocket. Okay, I see the ball go in the hole. I visualize rolling the ball in the hole. Then the next thing I do is I stand behind the cue ball and plan the 3S roll. What is that? The 3S roll. Where do I want this cue ball to stop? If I intend it to stop there, what speed do I have to hit it at? And if, when necessary, what spin do I have to put on it? So you have to have that information, or you're just guessing. That's it. Unless you can give me a quantified mathematical way, like I'm teaching you right now, how to control where that cue ball is going to stop, you're just a good guesser or a lousy guesser or somewhere between them. Or you do, like my friend John used to say, hit a million balls, and then you'll get the feel for it. Okay, so now in this case, it's time to learn the math. From here, and let me get you a little closer now so you can really see the table and what's going on, okay? A little bit better. I think that's a pretty good position right there. Okay, that should work for you good. Again, we're going a little longer tonight because this is really technical stuff. I'm going to teach you something. I guarantee you nobody's ever taught you this before, and I'm the only person who's actually ever created this and published it to get it right. So here's my cue ball. This is my starting cue ball, and that's where I want to end, just shoot my 8 ball on the side and win. And that's what I choose to do, because I'd rather shoot the 8 ball from this bigger area here than get caught up and jammed up here and maybe even have to hit a reverse cut. So check out the distance, okay? We remember from here to here is a 1 speed, remember? Well, watch this. From here, that's a half. To the rail, that's a 1. To come back out, that's a half. To the bottom, that's a 2. Now, this shot here is going to require a half ball hit. You can see it now, can't you? Now, in order to make this half ball hit, once this cue ball hits that object ball, and they both weigh 5.9 ounces, what's going to happen? The energy from this cue ball is going to get sucked into this ball. And as long as it just trickles in the hole, I don't care. But I need to actually make this ball go a specific speed. So in order to hit it here, half ball, and I want to go the distance of a 2 speed, that's the distance of 2 speed, because up and down is the same as all the way up once. If I shot this with a 4-speed shot stroke, and the light bulbs are going off, you're getting it. If I shoot a 4-speed shot stroke, and the object ball is going to consume 50% of the energy of my object ball. If I shoot it with a 4-speed, the object ball took up 2, what's left? 2, Well, what's that going to do for me? I'll tell you. 1, 2. Let's shoot it. Let's see what happens. Okay? Let's give it a go and see if we can't get the idea. Now, first thing first, for practicing, when you're doing this, let me get over here so you can actually see all of me. Okay? As you're practicing this, you need to understand, again, for those of you just joining in, I'm teaching you exactly how do you learn to calculate the cue ball speed in order to control the cue ball and make it stop and land in the position for your position control for your next shots. Okay? So now remember this here. I want to practice my 4-speed. Okay, that looks like about a 4-speed stroke. Let's see if I'm even close. Up the table, down the table. Oh, I'm going to stop at a 4-1. Okay? Let's do it again. Bring it back. Once again, put a little more speed in your stick. Turn up the speed knob. And here we go. Start warming these up. Look at that. Oh yeah, that looks like a perfect 4-speed now. Let's just let it go. I'll show you. Here it comes. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Right in the 4-speed zone. because that zone from 1, 2, 3, enter, exit, I'm right in the zone. That's the exact speed. Now, if I could shoot this shot here with 4 speed, the object ball sucks up 2, I got 2 left. Let's see if I can get even close. Ready? Let's just go ahead. First of all, see the ball go in the hole. Now plan the cue ball, 3S we did. I know I need a 4 speed. Now I'm hitting this with a half a tip above center because I only want to roll the ball. I don't want to create any more cue ball action. Okay, that looks like my 4 speed. You see it? You can see my 4 speed control. Watch this. All right, I missed. And if you miss low, here's the important lesson. If you miss low, you know you hit the ball too thin, which is going to create less energy from the object ball. And notice how I went past table. Okay, let's do it again. This time, let's hit it a little thick. And watch what's going to happen. Same 4 speed. Come down here, check yourself. Make sure you just love your speed control. You're feeling good. There it is. One more time. You got your speed down. That's pretty good. Okay, now you bring the shot up. Now listen, here's the key. Every time you take another shot, whether you miss or make, whatever speed you're going to be applying, do it again. Because as long as you keep practicing your speed controls, your brain is beginning to learn that default of the pre-stroke equaling the shot stroke. Let's go ahead. This time we're going to hit it a little fat. You ready? Here we go. Down in the position. 3. Here we go. Oh, that's a good looking 4 speed. I like that. A little fat. Watch the ball. Watch this. It should come up a little short. Look. See what happened? Because the object ball sucked up more of the energy than a straight 4. Because that was a perfect 4 speed. I know it was. So when I hit the ball a little thinner, I hit it a little thicker. And so this is why when you learn to shoot these speeds, the result of the cue ball is going to be absolutely spot on. Because why? Because once again, come down here, make sure a 4 is a 4, give the ball a roll, come on back, that's a little strong, la 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 la, just over, okay, that's a 4, 1.5. Let's do it one more time because I'm dialing it in with you as you're learning it. But this is what you need to do when you're practicing. Until you get it in there and you get the feel of it, then you work on the shot. So it's beautiful. Now we bring it back up. Now let's go ahead and put the ball in the hole because you understand what's going to happen if you hit it thin or thick. This is a half ball hit, so technically half my ball is really straight at it, kind of split. I explained that to you earlier, okay? Now, here we go. See the ball go in the hole. We've planned the cue ball 3S roll. I know I want it to stop. I've got 1, 2. I'm going to use up 50% of the energy. So if I hit it with a 4 speed, lose 2, I'm going to have 2 left, and that's right where I want to be. Okay, let's go to work. And let's see if we can't get a payday. Okay, you like your stroke? Oh, yeah. There's a good looking 4 speed stroke. Ready to release the shot? Here we go. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. You're gonna love me now! Woo-hoo! See? It's all math. Isn't that amazing? But if you just make the ball, if you apply the exact speed, don't you think this is exactly how you want to finish your 8-ball game? So this is the key. If you hit it thin, you should get the reaction of the cue ball to no. Yeah, but my speed was right. If you hit it thick, you should get the reaction of the cue ball speed. You should come up short. If you hit and make the ball, it's going to go right where it's supposed to go. But always after every practice time, go ahead and hit the shot, hit the shot. Now, do the exact same math calculation. Think about it. Okay, let me see. I wrote down a few of these for you. So all of everybody, you can take a picture. Okay, I did this for you real quick. Let me see, I'll put it in the camera so you can try to see that, okay? Watch this. So those of you can work on this because right now I gotta go a little quicker. So these are the 5 positions of cut shots. You get a 8-ball hit, a 1/4 ball hit, half ball hit, 3/4 ball hit, 7/8 ball hit. Otherwise it's a 1 full or it's a 0, you miss. And if you're gonna shoot it with a 1/4 ball, you're going to use a 2-speed. We know our half ball hit was a 4-speed. Our 3/4 ball hit's going to be a 7-speed. Our 7/8 ball hit is going to be 8-speed. And then, of course, whatever you're controlling here when it's straight in, that's a result of stop, follow, draw. And the same is true over here. If you're just going to pass by and just nick it maybe because you're playing defense or something, that's not even going to affect the energy of the cue ball. So every one of you have seen this. And, oh, I forgot to put the speed down in here. This one here is going to be about just slightly under a 2-speed shot stroke. When you shoot it with an 8th ball, you're going to cut that ball straight up into the corner, and that ball is going to just come dancing around. That ball is going to just barely trickle in, okay? I hit all these shots today, so I thought, well, if I show you this little thing tonight, you're going to get an understanding of that. So listen, gang. Naturally, if you come to me for some one-on-one, we're going to do this in a real slow, methodical way that matches your learning style, your personality style, your skill level, where this fits into the overall plan of your capability of fitting this into your skill sets. In the webpage, thedrillinstructor.us, I think there's like a red box with white text. You can look at what the fees and all that, but listen, come on down to the studio. Let's get some training done. Or if some people actually go, I don't care, I'll just bring you up to me. So that's fine, okay? And we could set this up if you want to do some one-on-one. But aside from that, the key thing that you have now is you have DITV, on Drill Instructor Television. You have all my books, all my clinics, all my classes, all my quickie, info stuff. It's way more hours of stuff than you can even get through in a year. Then go back through this, tell notes, share this with your other players, share this with your captains, get these words out, because this is one of the critical classes that everybody's killing himself. How do I learn how hard to hit the cue ball? How do I learn to control the speed of the cue ball? How do I get myself to the place where I can make position and I'm always out of shape? I want to be in shape. How do you play the key ball and then get straight in position on the winning ball? That was my last book, okay? The drills, 52 drills on how to play the last 2 balls, and it's every variation of the most common typical ways that come up right if you're really playing the rack correctly. So, all the rest of you, listen, this is the last week for your submissions. Any jump shots, trick shots, pull shots, run out racks. Boy, I've gotten a ton and I love them. And this is week 5. And remember, you're going to get I've got 15 winners. So we got a t-shirt, autographed pool ball, the rack from Diamond, and each week we're picking 3 of the winners. This is the last week for week 5. But even if you put submissions in the previous weeks, maybe you didn't get picked, but this time you would. Go ahead and put some stuff in and do that. The rest of you, I really hope this has really helped you, and it's going to. You'll have to keep going through this one a little bit more. This is one of the rich ones. This is one of the ones that I'm pretty sure will go well over 100,000. Most of the shows are, I don't know, 12 to 25,000, and a lot of times we've hit 40s and 60s, but I think this is going to be one of the few that we've done that are like, all going to hit easy 6 figures. But share it, please. All that other stuff, subscribe. I never bug you with stuff like that, okay? Just come on down for one-on-one training. If you want to see anything else, go to thedrillinstructor.us. And remember, aim straight, shoot straight, split the pockets, because that's the drill instructor way. I love you guys. Everybody, God bless you. And I hope you enjoyed your month of July, because get ready. August is coming. It's already here. Yeah, it came like right after January by the feelings of it. Okay, I love you all. Bye-bye now.